Hello, hello, my beautiful students. How are you today? I hope that you are pretty cool and pretty good. Let me tell you that as you were suffering a lot during all these weeks with these topics that we were learning, today we are going to be having something that is going to be a kind of different. It is super easy. I was checking your program and I said, oh my goodness, we are going to be learning or reviewing these topics that are going to be super duper easy for you in order to start with our week, okay? But miss, these topics are super easy, I know, but let me tell you that in our program, we have like specific topics for basic, intermediate, pre-intermediate, intermediate, and advanced. And we need to check some situations with this. As I was telling you, this is going to be super duper easy. Don't worry, we are going to be having this review in order to continue with a topic that is going to be a kind of it is going to be difficult. It is going to be pretty amazing because we are going to be gossiping a lot. Vamos a empezar a chismosear. No, pero este tema es un poco llamativo, la verdad, and it is going to be super duper useful for you. And it is going to be the reporter speech. Reporter speech, what is that? Well, it is going to be a specific topic where we are going to be using this kind of grammar in order to report something that someone is saying, Yes, we are going to be having like a general review also about conditionals, like in a slow way, because during the last class we were talking about that. Oh, but in this case, we are going to be touching this in a very delicate way, because we are going to be making use of present, past, future, but your tenses are going to be helping you a lot. Past tenses are going to be super duper useful for you during this topic that we are going to be having, el famoso reported speech. Oh my goodness, I'm afraid of that. Nada, no, va a estar buenísimo. Y me alegra mucho porque vamos avanzando. Ahora sí que a pasos agigantados, giant steps with this. Pero bueno, let's continue my amazing and sweet students with this that I have here for you. Como te digo, va a ser un tema facilísimo que hasta vas a decir, come on, yes, but don't worry, that is going to be super, as I told you, super easy, pero siempre hay algo nuevo que podemos aprender porque me preocupan ciertas situacioncitas ahí. Cuando usamos ciertos artículos y cuando no los utilizamos. Oh, ¿sabías que el da, que suena como de or da, is not going to be used in every single day? No lo vas a estar utilizando en cada momento de tu vida. Yes, I know what, but I told that no, I'm sorry, but no, we are going to be using this in different way. Vamos a estar usando esto de diversa manera. Pero bueno, ya que más o menos te di la introducción, let's start with this. And remember that almost everything is going to be in English. Only if you have some doubts or some situations, yes, we are going to be using Spanish, but Let's try to speak in English almost all the time. Well, handsomes and beautifuls, I was telling you, ya basta de que solamente me esté viendo a mí, and let's continue with this that I have here for you. And welcome to this new week. Excellent. That we are going to be having. I cannot make it bigger. I don't understand why. It is making bigger. Excellent. Okay, welcome to this week from 24th to 28th of May 2021. Intermediate. Okay, great to see you. It's super good to see you one more time. I hope that you are starting this week with your right foot. And well, let's check all this that I have here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, hello there. Here you are. Hey, Dr. Strange. So let's continue with this that is going to be, come on, super easy for you. Just as a review in order to finish with this, okay? So, it's okay, don't worry. Come on, this is easy. There is there. We already know that we are going to be making use of there is and there are for these situations. There is going to be when we are talking in singular. There is a pen. Oh, there are 2 pens. Excellent. There is not a pen. Ooh, there are not 2 pens. Is there a pen? Are there 2 pens? Excellent. Woo! Excellent. This is there are, but we already know that when we are talking with there is there are, we are going to start talking about countables and uncountables. Remember, there aren't, there are there, or there aren't. Contractions are there. It is something important that I want to be touching with you, that I want to be reviewing with you. Some and any. Why? Because as we were talking with when and while, maybe we can have some situations with these 2 words, some and any, and how we are going to be making use of them. Well, this is going to be super easy for you because, as you already know, I believe we are going to be having and that we are going to be touching that topic, okay? And but we are going to be working also with some and any, because they are going to be confusing words that we are going to be facing sometimes. So remember that and are going to be having the same meaning, but sometimes we can be confused with how we are going to be using it. Remember, and uno. The indeterminated article a or a is going to be with words that start with consonant sounds, and is going to be the indeterminated article that is going to be used before that word that starts with the vowel sound. Here we have some examples. There is a bottle on the table. There is an apple on the table. How we used to use them, right? But if you have some situations with this, let me know and I'm going to be helping you. Well, now we are going to be having this one. Some and any. Here we are going to be facing this situation. Some and any are going to be for plural. Countables are uncountable. Countables and uncountable nouns, okay? Countables, I might share an uncountable nouns. Can I use them with singulars? Well, depending the case, yes, we could check if we can be using it with singulars, depending, but It is a kind of strange, but in English, we never knows. But no, overall, it is going to be with plural, countables, and uncountables. Well, let me tell you that some is going to be used in affirmative situations. With there is, there are, yes, but sometimes without there is, there are. We can be using some with there is, there are, or without there is, there are, depending the context, depending the situation, okay? So there is some cheese in the fridge. When I mention or when I say that I have some of something, that is meaning that there is a quantity of the thing that I'm mentioning. Okay, there is some water on the table. Oh, that means that I have water on the table, but I'm not giving you quantities. There is some, or there are some, but I know the quantities. The only thing that I know and the only thing that I'm sure about is that there exists a quantity of the thing that I'm mentioning. Okay, for example, there is some cheese in the fridge. How much or how many cheese? I don't know. I'm just saying that there is some. Existe, hay algo de queso, pero cuánto exactamente, I'm not telling you. Or for example, there is some bananas on the table. How many bananas? I don't know. I'm just telling you that there are some bananas. They could be 5, they could be 2, they could be 10. Oh, okay. So we are going to be making use of negative, of any, with negative, or with questions. That is going to be the root situation that we are going to be having. There isn't, or there is not any cheese in the fridge. When I am using any, is because you don't have even a piece of something there. Any means that there it doesn't exist. Food, things, and so on. Some is that you have on stock something. Any is that you don't have. You don't have anything. You have nothing there. Nothing, nada de queso, any cheese in the fridge. That is how we are going to be making use of some and any. The situation is going to start when we are going to be using any in my questions. Oh, well, but does it have a negative meaning? No, actually, no. It is not going to be having a negative meaning. The opposite, it is going to be having a positive meaning. I mean, it is like a question with a mixture of affirmation. What is that? Is there any cheese in the fridge? Are you asking if you have any quantity, a quantity of that food or of that thing and if it is existent? Oh, that is going to be the situation that we are going to be facing with some and any. That some is going to be for affirmative, but any is going to be for negative and for questions. But the meaning is going to be different. ¿Qué ejemplos me puedes dar? ¿Eh? Well, let's check. Let's continue with this. Existence on stock. Is there any cheese in the fridge? Remember that you have, if you are asking if you have something in stock, in existence, okay, in life. Well, for singulars, we are going to be having or and the indeterminate article. But with plurals, some or any, but for countables and uncountables, okay? But let me tell you something. We are going to be having some exceptions with this topic. Why? 3 exceptions that I want to show to you. When we are going to be offering something, would you like some water? Would you like some tea? Would you like some coffee? When you want to offer something to someone, you are going to be making use of some with plurals and uncountables. Okay, with countables or uncountables, plurals. You can use also some with countables and uncountables plurals when you are going to be asking for, can I have some chips, please? Can I have some cookies, please? Oh my goodness, you are asking for something, and on that time, you are going to be making use of some. Can I have some water, please? Oh, uncountables. You are asking for something. Can I have some pencils, please, in order to color my drawing? You are asking for something. For that reason, you are going to be making use of some. Okay, but for countables and uncountables. And also, we are going to be having some, not any, some. For when you want to make a suggestion. Suggestions, yes. Why don't we get some food and have a party? You are making a suggestion. Why don't we get some so why don't we get some money and we travel around the world? That could it be one that we are going to be having? No, why don't you eat some food? Plurals or plurals or singulars, depending the situation. Countables are uncountables. That is what we are going to be doing. 3 exceptions that you are going to be having. When you are offering something, when you are asking for something, or when you are suggesting, you are going to be making use of some. That's where you are going to be making use of some. And also when you are saying that you have in stock something else. Excellent, very good. So remember that if you have any question, any situation, let me know and I'm going to be helping you. Well, that was one. Here we have this countables and uncountables. We already know, no? There is a plum, there is an orange. How we are going to be using it, I believe. Okay, but also the most important thing that I want to show you in this moment is this: how we are going to be making use of some and how we are going to be making use of any. And remember that some is going to be for countables and uncountables, but in affirmative sentences. There is some sugar. Yes, there is some sugar. There are some apples, countables and uncountables. Plurals or singulars, yes, as I told you, depending the context, okay? And remember that some is indicating that you have something in the stock, you have something in existence. And any is going to be for negative and question, negative sentences and questions. When you are saying that you don't have nothing, or you don't have anything, sorry, or when you are mentioning that you don't have in stock some things that you need. For example, there isn't any sugar. plural, singulars, countables, and uncountables. You don't have to worry about if they are going to be for countables and uncountables. No, they are going to be for countables and for uncountables. There isn't any sugar. There aren't any apples. Remember, if you're talking about singulars, you are going to be using isn't. If you are talking about plurals, you are going to be making use of aren't, depending. There isn't any sugar. There aren't any apples. You cannot say there isn't any apple. Well, that could it be depending the context or and depending what you want to say. And also, is there any sugar? You are asking if you have something on stock. If you have in existence something, are there any apples? Plurals. You are asking if you have some apples in stock. If you have some apples in existence, that's how we are going to be making use of some and any. Excellent. But what is the difference between some and any? Oh, here, let me tell you some. Where can I just get? Here I am. As I was telling you, we are going to be making use of any in questions and in negative statements, but we are going to be having an exception here. We are going to be using any in positive statements. What? I was just learning about negative and interrogative statements. Yes, I know. But also we are going to be talking about these positive statements. But what kind of positive statements? Let me tell you. When you are going to be using any in a positive statement or in a positive sentence or in a positive something that you are saying, it is going to be meaning whichever, el que sea, whatever, whichever, no, donde sea, lo que sea, whichever, el que sea, el que sea. For example, I will watch any movie tonight. I will listen to any song at this moment, whichever. I don't care a lot, okay? That's how you are going to be making use of any in affirmative situations. I will eat whatever I want or whichever I want. Oh, which one do you want? Which chocolate do you want? I will eat any, whichever, any chocolate, cualquier chocolate. That is going to be the meaning that it is going to be having any, but in positive statement. I mean, in affirmative statements. That is how we are going to be using it. Okay, and also we are going to use some in positive statements or in questions when you are offering or requesting something, as we were learning in the last example. No, would you like some coffee? You are offering, my charger, you are offering help to her or to him. Okay, would you like to drink something? That's where you are going to be making use of some in a question. But if you are not going to be offering, requesting, giving advices, or asking for something, you are going to be using some in affirmative when you want to mention that you have in stock something. No? Could you give me some money, please, because I want to buy a car? You are asking for something. That's where you are going to be making use of some. Or why don't we buy some movies and watch them on the house? That is, you are giving some advices. That's where you are going to be using some. I don't have any food in my refrigerator, or I don't have any food in my fridge. Ooh, you are saying that you don't have on stock food. That's why you are using any in negative when you are indicating that you don't have on stock something. I received some nice presents for my birthday. Oh, some. I mean that you have on stock in existence. You are having something in existence. That's how, and that's why we are making use of some. Excellent. Easy or difficult? What do you think? It is not as difficult as we believe, right? Well, this is the short part, the difference between some and any in English. That's super cool. That's great. Some and any, some and any. Countables and countables, plurals and singular, affirmative, negative, and questions. Exactly. Now, you are going to help me here. Okay. You are going to be helping me with this that I have here for you. Oh, what's going on with my presentation? Excellent. Angry birds. Let's start with this. You are going to be helping me. There are a tree in the garden. There is a tree in the garden. There's some milk in the fridge. That's why we are playing with this, because we are checking some and any. What do you think? There's some milk in the fridge. Plural or singular? What do you think? There is or there are some milk? There is some milk on the fridge. That's super cool. There are 2 pencils on the PC. There is or there are. There are, because we are talking about plurals. Excellent. There are an apple in the tree. What could it be? Excellent. There is an apple in the tree. That's super cool. There are any women in the hotel. Women is in plural, remember. There isn't or there aren't any women in the hotel. What do you think? There aren't any women in the hotel. There are some chairs in the dining room. There are some chairs in the dining room. There are some chairs in the dining room. We are talking about plural, and some is not showing me how many chairs. No, it is just telling me that there are 2 different chairs. There's a boy in the school. There is a boy in the school. Excellent. Uy, there are any washing machines? Careful. Plural. Yeah. Are there any washing machines? No te vayas a espantar. Any. Plurals or singular. There are any washing machines. Next, there a man in the door. Excellent. Sorry. There is a man in the door. Cool, that was super easy. Any beds? Any beds? Where are we going to be using this? There are any beds? Aren't, because it is negative. There aren't. Now, there a horse outside. There isn't a horse outside. There any notebooks? Any notebooks? What do you think? Any notebooks? And because it is going to be plural. Excellent. There pizza. There isn't pizza, it's singular. There any cars? There any cars? Are there any cars? Remember, plural and in questions. There, I don't know what, any lamps. There any lamps. De hecho, sí queda almost bien. There aren't any lamps. There aren't any lamps. There a PC4 in my room. There a PC4 in my room. Like a Nintendo. There isn't. It is in singular. There are 3 glasses. Super easy. There are because it's plural. Cool. There a sofa here. A sofa here. There isn't a sofa here. There a ruler in the table. Is there a ruler on the table? There a bus in the street. A bus in the street. There is a bus on the street. Excellent. There an iPad in the store. There isn't. Singular. There are 2 books on the desk. There are because it is plural. Super cool. There any bags. Any bags. Aren't. Any bags. Excellent. And now, wow, that was great. Easy or difficult? Lo lograste without dying in the effort. That's super cool. It's not as difficult as we think, right? Or no? Well, that's the reason why we were playing with this, in order that we can be checking these that I have here. Oh, any and some, any and some. Be careful, because sometimes we are like, plural or singular, and which one is a plural or which one is a singular? Little by little, you are going to be able to see that. Because we are going to continue practicing. Well, handsomes, let's continue with this some and any. UPJ. But now, as general review, we are going to be having this. Remember, as a review, remember and the pronunciations. 2 kind of pronunciations: A or A. Or A or N. Okay, that's how we are going to be pronouncing this. Determinated and these are the indeterminated articles. A or A. N. That is it. And when we are going to be making use of A or N or A and N, when we want to say that we have just one in a general way of something, but remember that my letter A is going to be with my consonants and my word and is going to be for my vowels. A lamp, a door, a house, a bag, a tomato. Uno, una, depending the gender, okay? And also the and is going to be used with words that are going to start with a vowel or with a consonant vowel. An apple, an elephant, an ice cream, an orange, an umbrella. You are going to be using this the most of the time when we are going to be using the word only one. Okay, an apple, an elephant, an ice cream. Masculine or feminine, depending what you are saying. An apple no puede ser un manzano. Una manzana, un manzana. No. Okay, vowel and consonant. Vowel and consonant. I know that you can do it. But you are going to be helping me with this. What is the difference between A and N that you can see here? Yes, each one of these is starting with the vowel sound. But look at this. These are vowels. What's going on with the vowels? What's going on with the vowels? A leaf, a leash, a boy, a church, a radio, a butterfly, a zero, a university, a horse. Can you see? Or for example, an ice cream, an octopus, an apple, an orange, and slide, and an alligator, and an alien. They are going to start with "and" because they have a vowel at the beginning of the word, but in this case, no, because the letter A is like a little delicate, if I can say it in that way. And we are going to be having a horse, a butterfly, a radio, a church boy. The sound is with a consonant. That is the situation that we are facing here. A hero. No, we cannot say a hero. No, it is a zero. A university. No, a university. It is going to be a university. A university. University, not university, university. And what is the difference? Well, I believe that you already know. These have the same meaning, and they are known as indefinite or indeterminate articles. And the difference depends on the sound of the beginning of the next word, just as we were saying, no, the a and. A book, a frog, a lemon, but it has to be the sound, and it has to be written sound, and written, it's okay. Only the sound, okay, it's okay. With the sound, I'm going to be doing grateful things. ¿Vas a aceptar? Bueno, vas a hacer maravillas con ese. Okay, a book, a car, a dog, an apple, an egg, an orange. Here in English is going to be super specific. What it starts with the letter, what it starts with the other letter, but at the same time, yeah, they are going to be like, that verb means 5 different things. That is going to be other thing. Be careful with the sounds. A house, an hour, an uncle, a university, different sounds. And your most delicate word is going to be in future, in plural. Please don't forget that we are going to be talking about that. I am sorry, my head. A university, the most difficult letters that you are going to be facing when we have that, these examples is the letter U. The uncle, the university. The letter U is going to sound as a vowel or as a consonant, depending. Okay, what we have before that. And remember that we can be using this a cold day, a very, very, very crazy person, or an easy class, an interesting class. That's how we are going to be using this. Sale sonido de consonante y sonido de vocal. No solo que se escriba con consonante o vocal. Okay, you are going to be helping me quickly with this. Okay, orange or an orange? An orange frog. A frog or an frog? A frog. Ay, what's going on with my presentation? A frog. Ya sé. Dog. A dog. Excellent. Cat. What do you think? A cat. Ice cream. What do you think? Ice cream. Shoe. What do you think? Shoe. A shoe. And a goat. What could it be? Goat. Las praderas. Goat. ¿En serio? Okay, a goat. Goat, goat, goat. Umbrella, what do you think? What do you think? An umbrella, an umbrella. Bed, what do you think with bed? Excellent, a bed. We are going to be talking about a bed. Elephant, what could it be? The elephant. An elephant. And fish, what are we going to be having with fish? A fish. Apple. What do we have with apple? What do we have with apple? An apple. An apple. Spider. No spider. 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 What could it be? A spider. And finally, duck. What do we have with the word duck? A duck. Excellent. That is how we are going to be making use this. Just as I was telling you, super review. And because the most important situation is going to be this one, but we cannot start with this one till I'm not super sure that we don't have situations with the indeterminated article, A and N. Well, if we don't have a lot of situations with this, we are going to start. And let's start with this. First of all, let me tell you with this article, the determinated article. This is the determinated article. We are going to be having two kinds of pronunciation. We are going to be having the, like the, and the and the, or the and the. When we are going to start using the and when we are going to be using the, well, with this, let me tell you, we are going to be using the article the in front of all nouns. I mean, all the things, singular, plurals, countables, and uncountables. It doesn't matter a lot if they are countables and uncountables. You are going to be using the with plurals, singulars, countables, and uncountables. Don't worry. And we are going to be using this article the when we want to talk or describe someone or something specific or unique. This is only when and where we are going to be using making use of the. For example, the earth, the earth, the earth. This is the only earth that we have. It's unique, it's specific, it's special. That's why we are going to be using the earth. Look at the pronunciation. Listen to the pronunciation. The world, the world, the world. Because we have only one world to take. Earth and world are synonyms, okay? The sky, the air, the weather. Oh, come on. Did you check the pronunciation? Where I was using the and where I was using the. One more time. The earth, the world, the sky, the air, the weather. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Exactly. I'm going to be pronouncing these when we have vowels. Any kind of vowel that we have, we are going to pronounce it as the. This opposite with this, the sound of the two vowels is going to be super helpful for this, okay? The earth. Finish with vowel, starts with vowel, I say the earth. Finish with vowel, starts with consonant, boo, the sky, consonant and consonant, the air, vowel and vowel, the air, the weather, vowel and consonant. Now, only when you have the same sounds, vowel and vowel, you are going to be pronouncing it as the letter A with the another A, E, U, O, I. That's okay. And the vowel with the rest of the consonants. That is going to be the pronunciation that we are going to be having for the. Well, as I was telling you, we already know when we are going to be we are going to be using A and N or and the situation is this one, that as I was telling you, we use the for specific objects or objects that both the speaker and listener know. For example, hey, you, Carlos, can you give me the books on the table? What happens if Carlos doesn't know about the books on the table? That's why it is important that we are talking about the same. Oh, hello, I love those books. Oh, can you give me the books on the table? Oh, can you give me the books on the table? You as a speaker and your listener know what books we have. Hey, Carlos, can you give me that pencil, please? Oh, yes, here you are. Here you have or here you are is because he already know what pen you are mentioning or what pen you are asking for. That's why you are going to be using the. In order to talk about something that also the speaker and listener do, both of you know the context of that. And also we are going to be making use of this when we mention the object again. When we mention the object again, yes, for example here, I need a phone. I saw a movie last night, okay. I need a phone. This has nothing to do with this. But this, yes, I saw a movie last night. The movie is based on a real life incident. You are mentioning something again. It doesn't matter if you were talking about countable and uncountable with A or N. If you mention again that situation, we are going to be having this. I listened to a song yesterday. The song was so heart-touching. I'm talking again about the same situation, about the same object that I was mentioning before. That's when two ways where you are going to be making use of the or the. But here we are not finishing. Aquí no terminamos. Let me make it under. We already know this, the indefinite or indeterminate article. When we are going to be using the, as I was telling you, when we talk about again about something with something special, unique, okay, and when both you, the speaker and the listener, know about the thing that they are talking about. Remember, we are going to be using the when the thing that we are having is unique, or there is only one all over the world. That is when we are going to be making use of the or the. The sun, there is only one, it is unique. The moon, there is only one and there is unique. It is not true. Venus has a lot of moons. Yes, but Venus, we are talking about the Earth. Or for example, the internet, it is only unique. There is only one for each one of us. The internet is something unique, something specific. There is only one for all the human beings. Different companies of internet, bueno, that's another thing if we are talking about different companies. But as well, only one. Internet is only one word, okay? That's why we used to say that you are going to be using the when you talk about something that is unique or only one, or there is only one. Also, you are going to be talking about, you are going to be using the when you are talking about as a second time, when you, in a second time, you talk about the same noun, as we were saying in the other one, no? When we mention the object again, I bought a shirt. The shirt is red. I bought a shirt. The shirt is red. And mentioning again the object. Oh, I have a dog. The dog is wonderful, beautiful, and puffy. I have a cell phone. The cell phone is super expensive. Cool. The light. I need to pay my light. The light is a kind of expensive. Ooh, that is where we are going to be talking about when we talk about the same object one more time, or when it is something unique or there is only one there all over the world. Also, let me tell you that we are going to be talking about directions. Yes, but we need to talk about some directions in different countries because, for example, here, I'm living by the moment in Chiapas, and we used to say, en la tercera oriente norte, entre cuarta y quinta oriente número 302. In Puebla, for example, they used to say, en la 4 norte. So imagine if here in Mexico, we are having some situations with the addresses. Now, if we give directions with cardinal points, that indeed I'm going to be teaching you how to do this. But before to do that, let me tell you that you are going to be making use of the west, the east, the north, the south, That is how we are going to be using this when we talk about cardinal points. The East. We live in the East. Oh, they live in the west of the country. Oh, I believe that that story is on the north. No, maybe it is at the south. The south. That is where we are going to be using the. But unfortunately, there is not the unique points where we are going to be using the. We are going to be having other points where we are going to be using. That's the reason why I told you that we were going to be reviewing these topics. Maybe and is super easy, but the. Yes, I already know that we are not going to be using the when we are talking about something that is general. No, but indeed we are going to be having other situations where we are going to be using the, or when we are not going to be using this. Okay, my beautiful students, do you have any question? Remember that you have any question, any situation, let me know. And I'm going to be helping you with your doubts. You can send me a message, you can send me a mail, anything, okay? I'm at your orders. Let's practice this and tomorrow we will continue, okay? Have a wonderful, wonderful day and I will see you tomorrow. Any question, please let me know. See you. Bye-bye.